I have been wanting to do this video for a while, and I just finished shooting the video where I set up my bullet journal, and I thought, why not continue? We're here, my kid is not making too much noise, so let's do this. What am I going to use in 2024? If you follow this channel, I showed this one when I did my Hobonichi haul video. I'm very excited about this notebook, and I really don't know how to start with this video. Okay, I'll start with this one. Oh, let me show you the whole family. So I'm going to be working with these 4 notebooks, and I'll explain how I'm going to use them. Okay, so every year I like having a notebook with these kinds of weeklies. I like using this spread for time tracking, and I have many videos where I show you how I do time tracking. To me, it's kind of more than a productivity tool. This is kind of like a mindfulness tool. It helps me see where my time went, and because I color code everything I do, and when I see mostly the colors that are related to my job, to work, to projects, very little of the colors that have to do with the things that make me feel happy or that fill my cup. I try to adjust the second half of the week and make sure I take time for myself. Okay, so this year I worked with Passion Planner. I really liked it, but for me there's nothing like Hobonichi. I just love this paper. I love this layout. I had fun with this. It's a very nice planner. So for example, I had a small nap, another nap, and this can be like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. Having 15 minutes to read, 30 minutes to look at an online course I bought, and I don't know, those kinds of things just make me happy at the end of the week. It makes me feel like not everything was about someone else or something else. I had time to myself, and in a little small way I owned my week. So that's how I use time tracking. So this year I decided to go back to Hobonichi, and also because Hobonichi released their Hon series, which is stunning. I completely fell in love with this notebook. This is a postcard. I like adding postcards to my notebooks. So that's how I'm going to use my weeklies. The dailies, I'm going to use them as a regular journal, like notebook journal. I don't think I will be paying much attention to the dates. In a very similar way, I used my Moleskine Expanded, the one I finished already. I completely ignored the dates, and I just used these like just blank space to write or express anything I needed to express, or paint or draw or sketch anything. So this is basically just journal pages. And the monthlies, they may go unused throughout the year because my monthly planning will take place in my bullet journal. I may add some pictures, you know, for memory keeping. This year in 2023 I used these Hobonichi weeks for memory keeping, you know, have pictures, memories, just thoughts on things that happened, and I truly enjoyed this. And I didn't get another one for 2024 of this, so the memory keeping aspect of my journaling process, I may transfer that to my monthlies and my dailies. We'll see. And I will use the Gantt chart the same way I used it in my Moleskine Expanded, where I use this as an index. I found that this is the perfect indexing system for a journal. I loved it. And yeah, so this is one of them. Actually, out of my stack of notebooks, the only one for planning is going to be my bullet journal. These three are going to work mostly as a journal. This one for memory keeping, but mostly as journaling space. So my bullet journal, I decided to work with a Leuchtturm 1917 this year. I'm very happy with this notebook. I love this color, and I don't know, I'm excited to go back to one of these notebooks. So this is where my monthly planning will take place, my future planning. And my weekly planning. So this is for my monthlies, and a continuation of my monthlies, so some trackers, cycle, and my weeklies. And over here, my dailies. So this one is going to be strictly for planning. The way I plan in my bullet journal has been very useful and efficient the past 2 years actually, so I don't want to change anything about my planning process in my bullet journal. This is what I have. If you want to look at this whole setup of this bullet journal, there's a video. And these two are going to work as journals. I finished one of these in December, and I use this however I feel like using it. In the one I finished, I had tons of master lists, things I want to do, random thoughts, work notes, notes on videos that I liked, thoughts on something I watched on the news, cutouts, a lot of sketches and paintings. So this is, you know, just creative space. And this is going to be an extension of this one, but because this is very big and heavy, this is going to be the pocket version of this one. This one is going to live in my purse, and this one on my desk. So, wow, this was very quick. Yeah, and this year I decided to be more playful with my planning process. So this one was a continuation of my other Moleskine expanded, where I have a little bit of everything. I have sketches, paintings, some planning, lots of journaling and lists and ideas and thoughts. Yeah, so I decided to have more fun with my journals and my notebooks. I used to be very much about a specific notebook for a specific thing, and right now I'm at a stage where I just want to use this as creative space or as space to express myself. This one, it will not be finished by the time January starts. I think I will be maybe halfway through this one. I will continue working with this notebook as a sketchbook, as regular journal, and then I'll start working with these two. I'm in no hurry to start like January 1st with these ones, because I have been going through these notebooks, creative journals. I go through them very fast. So I'll just enjoy the process and, you know, take my time. And once I'm done with this one, I'll jump into this one. This one is on the go, and I may continue working with Moleskines because I found there's something about these Moleskines that really, really works for me. I had fun with this as a creative journal, but nothing like my Moleskines. The one I previously used, the one I just finished, I finished that one in 2 months, and I just had so much fun. So I may continue the rest of the year with Moleskine expanded notebooks as my creative journals. And I think that's pretty much it. I bought these two also with my Hobonichi order. This year I used one of these. Let me find it. This is the one I worked with in 2023. This is basically where I write letters to my son. I write lyrics of songs that I want to dedicate to him. I have pictures. I have just lots of memories, and I really, really, really like this. So this was 2023 and this is 2024. Both of them are the one-piece editions that Hobonichi did, and I love that this is kind of like the sky during the day, and this is kind of the night sky. same shape, and I think they're lovely. I'm very happy to start another one for my kid. So that is going to continue, memory keeping for my kid. My own memory keeping, well, I did enjoy this, and this feels like a little treasure. I was repeating a lot of the things I have here in my 5-year journal. So yeah, I decided to stick with my 5-year journal, and most of the extra things I had in here, I will have them in my Hobonichi cousin. Maybe I do miss having an illustrated journal where I just make a sketch or a doodle of fun things that happen in my daily life. So that may take place in here. I mean, the 5-year journals have very little space. It's just some lines about the things that happen. So all the extra things I used to write on this side, that will go over here. Because it felt like, yeah, I didn't enjoy repeating these things I had here in my 5-year journal. So yeah, but I did love this, and I'm still in love with this cover. I think this is one of the most beautiful covers that Hobonichi has ever released. I love the shade of blue and the bunnies, everything. So memory keeping, I bought this one, but this is not going to be used as a planner. I'm going to use this kind of like a reference notebook for archetypes, a tarot journal. I am inspired by Petra. I don't want to butcher her name, so you'll see her name somewhere in the screen. She uses a Hobonichi wicks to write down the main information of the cards and how she feels when she draws that card, the thoughts that come to her mind. I like to study the cards because I am interested in archetypes and their relationship to psychology. Carl Jung has a book, some very interesting books on that, and I think anyone who's interested in storytelling should study archetypes because you find them in all forms of stories. Yeah, either movies, books, legends, myths, you find archetypes. So this is where I'm studying them, and I love the way Petra does it. So I decided to, you know, try it on my own. So we'll see how it goes, and I think this cover is perfect for that. So this is the Moleskine I just mentioned. I finished this one in 2 months. I guess I had a lot on my chest and on my mind. And like I mentioned, I had a little bit of everything in here. I have a whole video where I show you what I have going on in this notebook. But this was perfect. This is kind of like an everything kind of journal, a catch-all. And I'm super happy with all the things I have in here. This feels so personal, so intimate, so me. I express myself in so many ways in this notebook. And so I'm continuing with this. Well, I continued in here to see if I could do the same with a Leuchtturm, but it didn't feel the same. There's something about this notebook. It just works for me. So as soon as I'm finished with this notebook, I will continue with this one. And this year, this was my pocket version of that you know, this one. This is a recycled daily planner from 2021. Again, I have some of my dailies. I have many paintings and sketches and just a little bit of everything. I just had fun in here. Yeah. I'm halfway through this one, so as soon as I'm done with this notebook, I'll continue with this one, because as you can see, I go through them very fast. This is 2 months worth of writing and painting and sketching and expressing myself, and this is a month, and I'm halfway through this notebook. So I'm using what I have. I'm recycling old planners and just enjoying the process. So this is my lineup. Basically, it's mostly journals, or rather notebooks I know I like to work with, because maybe a question some of you may have: why work with a planner? First of all, in the case of Moleskine, most of their notebooks are very short. I think they have 200 and something pages. These ones, because they are daily planners, they have close to 400 pages. And the second thing is Moleskine doesn't number their pages, which is kind of annoying. That's my one grievance with this brand. Well, one of my grievances with this brand. So I used this Gantt chart, or in the you know, planning thing, or future log, however you like to call this. I used this as an index and it was perfect. And I tried doing the same with this Leuchtturm, because this brand does have numbered pages and an index. But I found somehow it's more comfortable and easy to use this as an index, because it's like having a line for each page already. I don't know, like having number pages but an index that has all your pages listed, and you just write down what you have on each page and leave blanks that, you know, the ones that are not relevant. And for example, here I had something that goes from page 58, 59, then 64 and 67. But then on page 62 and 63 I had something else. So I had like, this is not like fully in sequence. I don't know, like this just really worked for me. So why planners? Because they have more pages than regular journals. I loved this way of indexing my pages. And 3, it is a lot more affordable to look for old planners, very outdated planners, than buy a brand new blank journal. Like a Moleskine Expanded, I think they go up to $40, and in Mexico they can sell for $50. This one was $10 because it was in a local bookshop. This one is from 2014, so it's basically a Moleskine Expanded for $10, and that really works for me. And this one is also from 2014. This is the only one that is from this year, but because I really loved this green color, and I think I haven't found this color in previous versions of this planner. But in Amazon I did look for old, outdated Moleskine planners, and they're way more affordable than the current ones. So that's a tip. If you want lots of pages and you don't want to, you know, because these notebooks can be expensive, I found that the best way around that is to look for outdated planners, and that also goes for outdated Leuchtturm daily planners. So that's something that has worked for me. So when I'm done with this one, I'll continue with outdated Moleskine planners. So yeah, this is the only one for planning. This is going to be kind of experimental, mostly time tracking and memory keeping, and these two are for journaling. What are you working with? What's your preferred type of planner, notebooks? How do you like to plan? I love hearing back from you, and I'll see you in the next one.